Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and this Sunday Remembrance Service. Our medium today is Theresa Thatcher. Theresa's here. Good morning, Theresa.
Good morning.
And welcome to you all out there in the virtual world. Hope you enjoyed the service this morning. It's going to be just a little different, but I would ask you now to join me in prayer. Great Architect of the universe, our Father God, we ask you to enter into our hearts and minds to make us instruments of thy peace upon this earth plane. Help us to support the needs of others, and especially on this Remembrance Sunday, we think of all those who went forth and gave their lives for peace, light and love in this country, which now allows us to live our life as we are able to. Heavenly Father, we ask a blessing upon the leaders of nations, that they truly find peace in their hearts and to extend that peace to the world, which is so surely needed at this time. We think of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and all other personnel in homes of sickness, retirement. Send thy healing messengers to them and strengthen them in their times of need. We also think of our people that are out of the services but are suffering with PTSD and other ailments. Strengthen them in their time of need. Give them the light and love of the Spirit to give them peace. Heavenly Father, we ask this prayer in thy name. Amen. Those who can, please stand. We shall have read this prayer and then we'll have a 2-minute silence. They shall not grow old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, or the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today. Unto God's gracious care, protection, we commit you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may the Lord give you his peace, now and forevermore. Amen. Please be seated. We're going to read some names out in our healing book this morning for those here at the church, and especially this morning we will mention Her Majesty the Queen, who's home on a bed of sickness. We think of Jackie, Mick and family, Kelly and Stephen, Christy, Zuzu, Helen, Carol, Wayne, Gary, Mark, Eileen and Mark, Fred, Pam, Deborah, Amber, Jill, Les, Sam the dog, Hermes the cat, Shirley, the Isles of Shetland, which are going through a bad time at this moment of time, Barbara Faversham, Cynthia, Marion, Nicola, Sylvia, Ray, Merlin the dog, Eliza Gray, Margaret Bartley, Pam Cox, the work of the Royal British Legion and other associations that help our military, Helen, David, Nick, Lynn and Rose. We ask a special prayer upon those names we are praying for this morning. And I extend those names out to the world, not only within this church, but within the virtual service. And all the other names that we will pray for this morning, those names are deeply inscribed in your own hearts and minds, They are here in our church healing book. And throughout the service, if you wish to give me a name, I will replace it in our healing book. Heavenly Father, Divine Spirit, into thy hands we commend their spirits for your healing ministers to do their work. So mote it be. Can we have the people to do the readings, please? Yeah, Shirley first, I thought. It's Shirley. It's our poet laureate. As my father used to say about, you're a poet, Shirley, but you don't know it. Then afterwards we'll have Phil giving his reading and Jim will be doing his as well. Yes, it is. It really is. It's awful.
Disgusting.
It is.
Right, okay. Thank you very much. Thanks, Ray. This poem I wrote in November 2013, and it's called Memories Live On. The tears we cried when we said goodbye, the tears that fell when we heard you died, our loved ones who left to fight the wars, strong and brave to fight for the cause. So many died, so many of us cried as the fighting goes on and on. But what does it prove? Peace it was hoped, but the wars fought on and the soldiers coped, plodding on in despair. Weary and tired, they soldiered on, footsore and saddened at what they saw. Friends and companions laying there in the dirt, nothing they could do except devastated and feel the hurt. Not only our soldiers going through hell, but the airmen, our pilots, and the horrors they could tell. They were dropping bombs on mothers, wives, daughters, sons, the strangers they were fighting, but the hurt is still strong. They knew what was happening to their loved ones back home. The fear and the misery, they felt so alone. But this is war, though it be not condoned, they had to fight on until it was done. The Navy, the sailor at sea, had disasters to face as torpedoes underwater toward them did race. Ships blown up, loved ones drowned at sea, all these loved ones fighting for you and me. The enemy, yes, they had loved ones too, weeping at home like me and you. But all knew this war had to be fought, and so they continued, hoping peace would be brought. The fighting is now over, the war has stopped, now to pick up the pieces of their lives, carry on, though thoughts of the loved ones and the stranger in that far distant land who died side by side. For us at home, they gave their lives. So wear your poppies with pride in honour of the loved ones and the stranger lying side by side.
Thank you, Shirley. You want to come down this way? Phil, do you want to come on up? Wait for Jackie to get there.
And Death Shall Have No Dominion by Dylan Thomas. And death shall have no dominion. Dead men naked they shall be one, with the moon in the wind and the west moon. When their bones are picked clean and the clean bones gone, they shall have stars at elbow and foot. Though they go mad, they shall be sane. Though they sink through the sea, they shall rise again. Though lovers be lost, love shall not, and death shall have no dominion. And death shall have no dominion. Under the windings of the sea, they lying long shall not die windily, twisting on racks when sinews give way, strapped to a wheel, yet they shall not break. Faith in their hands shall snap in two, and the unicorn evil run them through. Split all ends up, they shan't crack, and death shall have no dominion. And death shall have no dominion. No more may gulls cry at their ears, or waves break loud on the seashores. Where blew a flower, may a flower no more lift its head to the blows of the rain. Though they be mad and dead as nails, heads of the characters hammer through daisies, break in the sun till the sun breaks down, and death shall have no dominion.
We now have James Blythe, or as we all call him here, Jim.
I prefer Jim.
Give me your official name. Giving you your official name.
Oh, fair enough. I'm going to do a reading. It's called Remembrance Day Prayer. It's from a book by Helen Stein and Rice. It's called Lovingly. They served and fought and died so that we might be safe and free. Grant them, O Lord, eternal peace and give them the victory. And in these days of unrest, filled with grave uncertainty, let's not forget the price they paid to keep our country free. And so, on this Remembrance Day, we offer up a prayer. May the people of all nations be united in thy care. For earth's peace and man's salvation can come only by thy grace, and not through bombs and missiles and our quest for outer space. For until all men recognise that the battle is the Lord's, and peace on earth cannot be won with strategy and swords, we will go on vainly fighting as we have in ages past, finding only empty victories and a peace that cannot last. But we've grown so rich and mighty and so arrogantly strong, we no longer ask in humbleness, God, show us where we're wrong. We have come to treat completely in the power of man-made things, unmindful of God's mighty power and that he is King of Kings. We have turned our eyes away from him to go our selfish way, and money, power and pleasure are the gods we serve today. And the good green earth God gave us to peacefully enjoy, through greed and fear and hatred, we are seeking to destroy. O Father up in heaven, stir and wake our sleeping souls, renew our faith and lift it up, and give us higher goals, and grant us heavenly guidance as war threatens us again. For more than guided missiles, all the world needs guided men. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much to all of those who gave readings today. And it's a special day in the heart of Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, our remembrance service. It's something I've been attending since I was about 11, with different people chairing it, Jimmy Collins, Air Force Medal, my mum, and others over the years, including myself. And it's such a special event. In the good old days of Wimbledon, we used to have it here on a Saturday night, and we'd be packed, a couple of hundred people, if not more. And on occasions, my dad managed to book a jazz band who worked here, and we sang all the old songs as well. So it was always a great special event here at Wimbledon. But like all things, things are changing. I'd like to thank all of you online last week who gave to the church through your online donations, and also like to thank everybody here who gives. And I'll now ask George to go round with the offertory while Richard plays some adverts, and would ask you to give attention to them as well where you can.
You're watching a divine service, broadcasting live to Facebook and YouTube. The show will continue after these short announcements. Tonight from 8 p.m. we have our VIP fledgling night with Moira Hawkins. Details about becoming a VIP can be found on our website. Tomorrow morning we have our show, Brunch with SPTV. This is hosted by Alison and Stace. That starts from 11 a.m. with guests, readings, discussions, workshops, and much more. From 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Matt and Kirsty host their Spiritual Questions and Answers show, with live oracle and mediumship readings. For more information on our broadcasts, schedule, and information about the presenters, please visit our website. That's it for all the announcements. I'll pass you back to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much. And I thank you all online who have donated to the church and the work that we do here to keep our doors forever open. Right, Richard, if we can, I'd like to say hello to a few names online. Paul Fowler, good morning and welcome. Susan Ann Wetherall, good morning and welcome to you. Terry Wall, hello Terry, how are you? Sally Worker, hello, how are you? Marion Claiborne, hello, good morning from Norfolk, my wife's family from that part of the world. Christine Woodham from Spain, hello Christine, how are you? Seashells, hello, how are you? Jacqueline Hill, good morning and welcome. Vicky Taylor, good morning. Gordis Martinez, good morning and welcome to our church. Lynn Wilkins, good morning and welcome. Wendy Cleaton, good morning and welcome. Starla Kay, Ware Burlingham, hello, how are you? Christine, good morning and welcome. Sammy, hello, how are you? One more. Rose Anderson, oh, we all know Rose. So, still good morning, Rose, and I hope you get better. So, Julie Caswell, good morning, how are you? Thank you, Richard. Right, my friends, we're now going to have part of the service where Theresa will now give the address.
31.
Oh, not that old
No,
chestnut.
that old chestnut.
Right, and this might adjust the camera. How's that, Richard?
Good morning, everybody. It's because I'm sort of vertically challenged that the camera had to be moved. Thank you for all the readings this morning. They're very relevant. Because with the Remembrance Day, I want us to think about the things that we've forgotten about ourselves, how good we are, how wonderful we are, and how we put ourselves down quite a bit without even realising. We give everyone our time, our effort, and we don't think about how we need to replenish ourselves. We all go through really difficult times, and out of suffering, when you're in the middle of suffering, people feel that they can't get out of it, and people make decisions or do things in their life that maybe they wouldn't have done if they'd loved themselves a bit more. So let's remember that we are all important, and remember that when we're suffering, reach out. I've been through a very, very difficult, low time, and if it wasn't for this church, Wimbledon Church, and for the people and the friends that I've met here, and spirituality as well, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. Because when people get into that zone, when you get into that mindset where life has just got so bad that you don't think you're worthy of being here, then it's so poignant that we need to think about all the sacrifices that people have made to get us here, and the sacrifices we have made to be here. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, It's relevant now. We've been through such a difficult time, not only in our personal lives, in general life already, with the virus, with wars, with just online hatred. It's just been so difficult. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Out of bad usually comes good. There's the death card in the tarot. It scares people, but it's a skull, and out of the skull comes beautiful red roses. So when things are so bad, just think that this is a moment of change. I know it's difficult, but those roses will bloom. And reach out to your friends. You'll be surprised. I've been overwhelmed by the friends I make here, and the friends that you wouldn't have thought would have supported you, but they have. So there's life. Live your life. We're all going to be vaccinated and happy, and if you're not vaccinated, still be happy. It's fine. Everyone's got their opinion. Just don't get embroiled into arguments. Live life and be happy as best you can, but be happy with you, because we're all special. We're all individuals who deserve to be loved, and when we always give out love and happiness to people and we look after people, take some of that back. That's fine. You're not being selfish or selfless. Just do it and smile and come to church. This is where happiness is. This is family. So I hope that resonates with people here and online. I haven't forgotten you all online. So have a blessed day.
Thank you, Theresa. Thank you very much indeed. Well, friends, people often ask me how mediums start off working here at Wimbledon Church. And Theresa started off working here, not only sitting in circle with Mary Ward, I believe, Linda Schwartz, Rose, but she also did the garden, first of all. My dad's way of initiating people was always do the church garden. And you spent more time in the church garden than you did in some of the services in those early days, I seem to remember.
I didn't sweat as much as I did in that garden.
And those of you who knew my dad, he had a way of getting people to do things which they least expected to do. And somebody sitting here also helped with greenhouse once, many years ago, and we used a few garden words while that was being done. We are a happy bunch here at Wimbledon Church, and I'm proud to be the spiritual leader here, or one of the spiritual leaders here. Though I'm the first to say I always have me off days. So, but I have no doubt at all of continuing life. So it's coming to that part of the service now where Theresa will demonstrate the gifts of the Spirit. If Theresa speaks to you here in the church, please answer up clearly yes or no. And if you're online, if you're saying yes to something, please say what you're saying yes to, or if you're saying no, likewise. It's very good to be able to do that, and it also lets everybody else know what's going on. Theresa can see it all up on the screen, and we know there's about a 15-20 second delay. Also, we do know it's slightly out of sync with the sound today. It's nothing to do with Richard or the spirit world. It's just one of those days where things are going out of sync, and it works quite well with Wimbledon Church. We're often out of sync with each other. So, friends, I welcome back to our medium, Theresa Thatcher, who will demonstrate the gifts of the Spirit and bring the two worlds just that little bit closer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. God, this online thing is a little bit... Yeah, okay. Everyone okay here? Yeah. Everyone okay online? Good. Well, I'm one of those mediums, I don't know where I'm going, so I'll just talk and let them take over, okay? The one thing I did want to ask, is there someone online that is either from America or lives in America that would have known a lady of the night? And that's the words I've been given, a lady of the night, whose life was taken. And whilst people resonate with that or think about that, I just want to explain that sometimes I'll get things and way before I get here, and and this lady was one of them. Okay. But while I wait, I shall carry on. So I know we have a George here, but I've got George with me. There's a gentleman that stands here, and he says he's uncle. Would anyone in the church or online understand Uncle George? Jackie does. Okay. Four. That's lovely. Thank you, Uncle George. And he was very military in his ways, he tells me. Even though we're on a military theme, he said he was a little bit stern and military in his ways. Have we filtered anyone out?
Jackie's uncle was in the military.
Oh, okay. So we're probably with Jackie then. And so he steps forward because he I can't get my words out with him. Do you understand that?
No.
In terms of
He's a great uncle, and we never met him.
Okay. So he talks about hospital appointments coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to stop worrying. He doesn't want you to worry. Julie has a Uncle George, it says here. Okay. And Christine Davis. Okay. And I feel I'm with Jackie. And
Jacqueline?
she was at the back, wasn't she? Okay.
She might have gone down the pub.
But it's like his speech was difficult towards the end as well. But you wouldn't know that because you never met him. Okay. All right. But he's talking about the appointments coming up at hospital and to not worry. Yeah? Because you worry too much. You're a little worrier. You wouldn't think so when he stands up here. He says he's big and bold, but he just worries too much. Oh, and I'm being shown he shows me, it's not a medal as such, but there's like a neck, it's like a medal, but it's like a neck. Right, okay. He shows me that. Right, he's showing me that. And it is small, but it will be found.
Okay.
It will be found. He just wants to acknowledge that that he's been watching.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And there's tears around at the moment, which he wants them to stop. We need to stop the tears. In terms of, and I think that's why the address came about, because somebody around yourselves, Jackie and yourself, there's some hidden depression that need, and we need to look after that person. Okay, they will get through it. Oh, it's just giving me a nudge saying if I can, anyone can, because I'm a miserable git, he said. But I'll leave his love with you. Have we got anyone online, Richard, that understands the Lady of the Night? So she was a working lady. She worked as a Lady of the Night, but her life was taken. No? Nothing yet. Okay. Oh, they always do this to me. They always give me one that no one can ever take. But she's here anyway. She's a lovely lady. And I want to move on to a younger person who had issues around drug taking and difficult behaviour, he says. And there's a female with me as well. There's two that had very similar lifestyles. And one passed, the male passed because he took a bit too much than he should have. Would anyone at the church understand the male? Yeah? Okay. And there was a female. Do you understand a female? They're not connected. They just come forward because they passed in similar circumstances. The young lady, she shows me a child, either that she's met up with in spirit or that she left behind. What are we doing online?
There's nothing coming up at the moment.
No, okay. Kelly? Okay, but the female's here, so I can't leave her. He passed some time ago, this young man, yeah, and he knew he was going to pass young. He tells me he felt it, but he was so addicted and he was so off his path that he couldn't do anything about it. Would you understand that, Kelly?
Kind of.
Or the lady in front? Yeah. Okay, I feel I'm with you, the lady in... Cherie. Hello, Cherie. I understand from him that you are connected to family or somebody that knew of him, and there's an issue around a family member that's unwell at the moment for him, that connects to him.
No, I didn't know him that well.
Kelly, would you understand? I feel like I'm down there.
The person concerned was my uncle, so I didn't know him personally.
Okay.
But
I'll ask them to step...
We've got 2 people online saying a cousin and somebody else overdosed.
Okay. So would you understand that he kind of knew he was going to go? So with Cheryl, my old friend, overdosed. So he kind of knew he was going to pass. Anyone with the female online? No. Okay, I'll just leave her there. Or I'll ask her to go. But he was around a female as well when he passed. Would you understand that? There's Kaylee and Cheryl. I just need some confirmation. Okay, he was on his own. So I'm not in the church, I'm online. But I feel like he showed me he was all over the place. He says, I went here, there and everywhere. I just couldn't keep still. But it wasn't the life path he wanted. It's just that he fell into that lifestyle. And he goes, it's not his name, but he talks about a Dave or David that was around him.
Kaylee is saying not really sure it was him, as it was Sam.
Cheryl, yes, you understand. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. With you, Cheryl, he's showing me there's a lot of illness around at the moment, so it's time of recuperation for yourself and some healing he's sending. But he would ask that you connect with family to let them know that he's okay. And it wasn't his life path. He just took a bit too much, okay? And would you understand that there was somebody there, but that's not what's come out in the report? That's what he tells me, a report. Okay, I'll give you time to answer. But I'll leave his love with you, Cheryl, and I'm going to move on. If there's anything else you want to say, I'll pick it up when it comes through.
He managed to say goodbye to a few friends, and he nearly died within a few weeks beforehand.
Okay, so she understands it. All right, Cheryl, I'll leave his love with you. Take care. Right, let me have a little drink. Oh, this vodka's lovely.
I always try my best.
Brandy. Can I have a brandy next time? Ah, talking of Dale. So I've got a gentleman here who was a bit of a cheeky chappy actually, and he used to say all the time, Captain Mannering, that's what I'm getting. Would you understand that, Ray? No, but you're laughing, right?
No, I was laughing to see it.
Captain Mannering. What was the full phrase? I can't think of it.
Well, so many, wasn't there?
Oh, I know. Oh, love from Denmark. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So, yeah, he's a cheeky chappy. So he was, I want to go Ray. I want a Ray name. Not because you're sitting there, but I want Ray. Anyone connect with a cheeky chappy, connects with Ray, and would say things like, Captain Mannering, and he had like different phrases that used to get on people's nerves, actually. Would anyone understand a connection to a Ray?
Cherie.
Again.
Is it Ray in spirit or Ray?
Pass. Yeah. And would you understand this cheeky chappy? Because it all has to fit, yeah. It all has to fit. But you just understand the Ray, no. He connect. I'm not saying this he's not saying his name is Ray. He just connects to a Ray. Okay.
Someone here online saying, Linda Wilson, I've got a cousin Ray.
Mhm.
Do you understand what else?
The gentleman, the cheeky chappy gentleman, who had lots of phrases, but one of them was Captain Mannering. He was a bit of a joker. And he just lived life to the full. But he takes me to his chest, so he either passed with a heart condition or a lung condition because his breathing was very difficult. So Rose can take Ray. He was cheeky, very cheeky. And again, he's talking about sending healing. There's lots of healing being sent out today. Kim can take a very cheeky chappy and connect with Ray as well. All right. That is Ray. They're all coming online now, aren't they?
And someone else, Lulu, who's a member of the church. My granddad was a cheeky chappy with initial R, and uses phrases as he had a bad chest.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going with him because he's very keen to link with he's telling me daughter. He wants to link with daughter. And recently his daughter has been reading a spiritual book. Who would understand that, please? So he saw her reading a spiritual book, and there's issues around her mood as well. Okay, Rose can take that. All right. And and Rose, if I'm with you, would you understand that you've been reading a spiritual book recently, even though you're very spiritual? But again, I want healing for yourselves. There's so many on there. I don't know how mediums define them all.
Kim also said her dad had a bad chest.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring you in the church. It's just the online.
Lulu's saying she's on a spiritual journey.
Okay. Oh, his parents were healers, Rose. Okay, so with this gentleman, I want healing for yourself. There's somebody around with a chest condition at the moment, not COVID. He's telling me, forget all the COVID. He said it's just the normal chest condition, which needs a little bit of healing now. He's talking about taking hot lemon and honey just to soothe that throat. Okay. And I'm being given Scotland as well. Would you understand Scotland? Okay. Oh, we've got a little one in the church who I keep looking at. So if you're wondering why I'm just waiting, because he's so.
Yes.
Yeah, you would understand, Rose. So lots of healing love to you, and he stepped forward just to let you know that. Okay, Kim as well. Well, with the men, they do. Well, I won't say what I was going to say. They do come to me quite a lot. Bit like. No, anyway, shut up, Theresa. I'm just trying to lighten life for you all. Okay.
Right, another lady, Wendy Clinton, could be my dad, chest and heart.
I feel like Rose has taken every single thing, though. So with Rose, healing love sent to you, and I'm going to leave it there, okay? Oh, and there's a velvet rose he shows me, a velvet rose, okay? I'll leave his love. Okay, right. We've still not got anybody for my Lady of the Night online?
No.
No. Okay. So if anyone's just joined online, I've got a Lady of the Night whose life was taken, but I want to go abroad with this lady. I want to go to America. So if anyone would understand that or links to somebody, she wants to get through and say her piece, okay? Because her life the way she passed and the way her life wasn't as clear-cut as everyone thought it was. Okay, so if anyone would understand that or link, we could even do that offline. Okay. What have we got? Not velvet, but looks like. Okay. Yeah, it does. It's beautiful. I've got the name Maisie. Would anyone understand a Maisie? You're determined to have a message today, aren't you? Okay. All right. So she's just stepped in, Maisie, and she tells me that she was a bit of a good laugh. Yeah? Would you understand that? Yeah, she was a good laugh. And she's taking me to the breast area. Would you or around her somebody that had a breast cancer condition?
Not that I know.
Okay, so what I want to say about that is then somebody needs to get their breasts checked. She's showing me the left one, so that needs to be looked into, okay? She's very clear about that. She takes me to the stomach area as well, and she talks about how there was lots of swelling and pain, she tells me. Would you understand that?
Yeah, she was a big lady.
Oh, okay. So with her today, they've been determined to give you a message today, but she wants to say that she's a bit concerned that you're not doing what's right for you. You're putting other people first, okay, to the detriment of what you need in your life. Does that make sense with you?
Yeah, could do.
Yeah? So it's now time, as we're going back to my address, it's now time to think a bit more about your needs and what you want from life, okay? So this is just a quick reading for you because she just wanted to impress that upon you, okay? And she's taken me to June and September. Would you understand those for an anniversary or passing or birthday?
June, yes.
Yeah.
September, not sure.
Late September, early October.
Early October.
Okay. So she's talking about October like the 3rd she gives me. Yeah? You understand the 3rd? Yeah, thank you. So she's just laughing. She said that she shows me an incident that happened a long time ago, a while ago, where you just belly laughed, she says. Belly laughed, yeah? And she shows me the seaside. She wants to go down south to the seaside.
She did that on the
Okay, so she talks about that as well. Okay. You need to be laughing more. You need to be remembering some of the things that you got up to.
Yeah.
And she said some of them, yeah, were funny. But I'm not allowed to say. So I'll leave her love with you, okay? So Maisie says, see you later, love.
Thank you.
All right, take care. What have we got now? Oh, we've got
Short saying my name.
Maisie. No, it's Maisie, Maisie, I was given it. That's the one. That's her spelling, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Lovely. Thank you. So you were meant to get that message today, young lady at the back there. Okay. I've still got the young lady here that passed with an overdose, but I don't think anyone's going to take
I
her.
know her, I think.
Okay.
And if you've been young, in her teens, yes.
I saw her as early 20s, but she looked young.
She would have been 17.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can take Ian down.
Okay.
Memorials where Tina's sitting.
How bizarre. Yeah, she's still here.
It was an accidental overdose.
Yeah, she wasn't meant to go. Okay, I'm going to move on, but she's still here. I had somebody else. Where have you gone now? Okay. There's quite a few running around. What have we got online?
My daughter that does as you caught a lady of the night. I'm in the US, but as far as I know, she's still here.
Oh.
I had no contact for almost a year.
Oh my God, it makes my heart go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Starla Kay, I'm not trying to say that your daughter's passed over there, but I do have somebody, a female, and she gives me a K name. So if you can understand the K name, it may be for you, but I can't say 100% I'm with you, okay? And I'm not going to make it fit because it's too important. All right. Okay. We got any more from that lady? No. Okay. All right. So this young girl, she's still here. She impresses upon me that she had a bit of a difficult upbringing. Would you understand that, Tina? That she had a difficult upbringing. And she... Would you understand that she had links to Ireland?
From Ireland.
From Ireland, okay. So I'm definitely over this side. And only her middle name was Kay. Starla. Okay, I'll carry on with yourselves while I get some more information from this lady. Okay. Who's that? She gives me an L name connecting to her. L name, like a
Lisa.
Lisa. It's an L like a L. Yeah, would you understand? Yeah. Okay, so she gives me that. It was just experimental, she's telling me. It was just to kind of, the word she gives me is block a bit out. Would you understand that? Yeah, Tina's understanding that in the church. There were situations in her life, in her short life, that she didn't tell people about. Okay, which kind of led her down a path of what people would now interpret as being unruly, yeah? But it wasn't that at all. It was just her way of, her coping mechanism, yeah. She's mentioning a brother. Yeah, she mentions him. She wants to say hello to him, and are you able to link with that family?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I want to go to healing around him at the moment. She's telling me that they're not aware that he's unwell, because he's keeping it a bit quiet. And she's not saying it's serious, but she's impressing upon me to say that it needs checking out. All right? Okay. She's talking about being slumped over a bed. Would you understand that? Slumped over a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been through quite a long time.
Yeah, she had. But she's saying that, again, with this message, general message today, for yourself, it's time to move on and live life, because life is short.
Yeah.
And I know it's everlasting, we go into the spirit world, but time is just flying, she says. Yeah, would you understand this young girl? And she wants to thank you, because you always do a remembrance thing.
Yeah, I remember.
You do, don't you? She says you do special little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she wants to thank you personally. But if you can pass on this message to the family.
I will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll leave her love with you. Oh, she shows me a yellow, is it a yellow rose? Like a tiny little yellow flowers. Like tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
And also they'd be, believe it or not, yellow daisies.
They're yellow tiny flowers. I'm no good with flowers. I know a rose and a daffodil
Yeah,
and things like that.
yeah, they were on a pattern.
Okay, all right. So she's leaving that with you. All right. Nothing else. I might try and link with that lady later if that's online. I'll speak to her personally, one-to-one. If she wants me to go to America, I might do. Do you know what I mean? Nice little trip away. Okay. Of course. Of course, I've got to help my fellow men and women. No, I'm only teasing. Is everyone all right? You haven't fallen asleep in the church yet? No. Okay. All right. Terry, the name Terry I'm being given now, who's in spirit. Online, Terry. He says he's Uncle Terry. You understand, Joe? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Sorry, I was just reading online as well. We've got Uncle Terry. He doesn't say he was like blood uncle. He was like an uncle. Yeah? Okay. And it's just making me laugh though. He says life was a little bit tragic for him at times, but he's laughing now. And I mean, I really want a belly laugh now, but I cackle like Sid James, so I can't do that online. I do apologise, I do. Everyone tells me I've got a Sid James laugh or filthy laugh, whichever the mood is, really. So Uncle Terry, I want some laughter into your life, he gives me, all right? And he's telling me that he's going to... I know we're not allowed to fortune tell, but he's sending some love your way, like one-to-one love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you deserve it.
I won't say no.
No, I bet you won't. Okay. He takes me to the chest as well, for the condition when he passed. Yeah, you understand that? Okay. Oh dear. There's a dog around him. Would you understand a dog? Yeah, he shows me, he says he's with the dog. Yeah? Okay. And also with him, he tells me he lived a bit of a checkered life. Is that the...
That's a very polite way of saying
it? A very polite way. He didn't say that, I'm saying it. Okay? And he's telling me to stop saying he was a bit of a mickey taker, if you know what I mean. See? So that's what he says. And he's just laughing at me because he said, why are you being nervous? And he says I shouldn't be nervous. And that's something you would say to me, he says. Okay. All right. Right, there's boxes. I know you do puzzles, but there's too many of them. He says he can't cope looking at them.
I don't think it's boxes of puzzles, I think it's just boxes of junk.
Okay. I'm being polite today.
You might pick them up and think, oh, that's a puzzle, close it.
I was being polite. So it's time for a clear out, he's saying.
Yeah.
Time for a clear out. Okay.
But we have been quite a lot. Yeah.
Have you been clearing, have you? Yeah, she's been clearing those online. But he says Jilly connected with him at one point. Would you understand that?
Not here, because she didn't know him.
When she was... No. He says he connected with her.
Might have been up there.
No, I feel like it was here somehow. Like she came...
That side of my family.
Okay. That's what he's saying, I connected with her. So I shouldn't assume it was here, but it may be there. But there's another dog as well. Yeah, there's more than one dog. Okay. And about 5 cats, he said. 5? Yeah, so he's connected with Jilly. Mm-hmm. But apart from all the laughter, because he was a funny bloke, I'm not going to lie, it's time, you as well, life's for living. You're just existing, he's telling me. Life's for living. So get your act together, he's telling me. I know. We're all trying. It's difficult. It's a difficult time. It's a difficult time of year, but you'll get there. I want an L and an R name coming for you, so we'll keep you understand that, L and an R. Okay, I'll leave their love with you, all right? Okay. Ah, okay. So, right. Now I'm going to leave the lady of the night, but I do like her. She's lovely, and everyone who's passed, regardless of their lifestyle, is welcome to come through. Would anyone who understands I've got a little girl and a boy that passed the spirit, so they didn't reach Earth as such, but I've got two, but they weren't connected, I'm being given. So I do find these ones difficult, and I do apologise if it's upsetting for somebody, because it will be. So a little baby girl that didn't make it, and a little boy that passed the spirit. I feel like he almost made it to be born, but he impresses upon me that he didn't. It was near to the end. But I want to go back a bit in time they give me. Would anyone understand that in the church or online even? So with the little girl, it was an infection. They tell me that it was an infection. Okay. And the little boy, he got almost to full term. But it was just not meant to be. Whereas the little girl, there was an infection with her and in the womb. Okay. But they're with family, so the little girl is with Nana. I want to go Nana T, but I'm T. I'm Nanny T. But I want to go Nana T. So she was welcomed over by Nana T. And the boy, he says Mum is just not...
Aaron is saying yes, we have. I think that's best we have.
Both, or... Okay. And he's with Grandad. He's with Grandad. Okay. But with the little girl, since then another child's been born, so a sibling has been born. Would you understand that, Marion? Anyone here understand? Okay, you would.
But that's not Marion, my sister.
Oh. You're all confusing me. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't want confusion.
Oh, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Oh, and a gentleman's just stepped in whose life was taken. Would anyone understand that as well? What's his name? I don't want... he shows me... He's like the young man that I've had before, but it's not him. He's just telling me that his life was taken and he wants to speak to his aunt. He tells me aunt. Okay. So would you understand then the child's been born since, the little girl tells me, in the family? You would understand. And you would understand the boy? Is it just the girl you're with? Yeah, okay.
I can take the 5.
That nearly reached full term.
He died 2 minutes after being born.
Yeah, okay. But you would understand mum with this boy?
She passed as well.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. I'm meant to be cheering everyone up. Why have the babies?
Well, there is no death, so that is cheerful.
Yeah, it is cheerful, isn't it? Okay. Okay. I don't like these double links. Do you? Okay. Stop smiling. Stop smiling. I want it to be happy. I don't want it to be sad that these little bubbers didn't make it. But would you understand with the girl it was an infection? You don't know. Okay. But the boy, it was just, oh, anyway. Okay, so they're fine. So he's with Grandad. You understand that as well? Yeah, and she's with Nan? Yeah? Okay. Given, I'm asking them why they bring in the babies forward. It's just to bring to proof of life after death, but they're okay, because obviously it's an upsetting time, but it's a time of regeneration as well. So this is like life going in full circle. This is what they're telling me, okay? And that they're fine. Would you understand a Richard or like a Dickie or Richard? Dickie. Yeah, Dickie. Okay, so I'm being given.
But he died as well.
Okay. That's fine. No, it's not fine, but you know, as long as you can understand the name. Okay, and I want to go back. It was into, I don't know, I just feel like I want to go back about 3 years.
16, 17.
3. What happened? There was something significant 3 years ago with that, connected to that family, connected to you.
There's been a lot going on.
Okay.
Among my family.
But a family member taken unwell?
Yeah. My brother was in hospital last week.
3 years. About 3 years ago.
My brother had a stroke.
Okay, so you understand that. Also, I'm being given that there's a family member that became so unwell that they saw them, but they were sent back. Almost like a near-death experience. Would you understand that?
My niece said she had that.
Okay, that's what they're telling me. So I'm going to leave their love with you, just to say that they're okay, all right? So stop worrying. And the little girl, she's with Nan, and she's growing up beautifully in spirit. And I'm going to leave their love with you, because I'd like to move on. Is that all right? But smile. Thank you. So I've got a gentleman here who passed. I know of a gentleman that you're linked to, well, your Ash is linked to, but this is not him. But he's shown me this young lad that life was taken in the street, but it's not the same one. I want a different one. He gives me the name Ryan. I'm not saying that's his name. Would anyone understand that here or online? I'm just reading online, sorry. Okay. I do feel, Karen, I was in the church with the babies. I do apologise. Okay. So online, I'm sure I'm going then with this young gentleman whose life was taken on the street. And I want to go into the London area, sort of south side, if anyone would understand that. It was in the paper, but the perpetrator has not been brought to justice as yet. Could anyone understand that, young man? There's a link to Orion, but it's not his name. Okay, and we've got our little friend in the church coming through, who's ever so cute. One day, probably be up here.
I don't think Mum and Dad feel better.
You never know.
No. I mean, cute. It's cute to them.
Yeah, it's very cute.
But they love you.
You're all cute, really, aren't you, in your own little way? Okay. So no one here understands the young man that passed in his 20s? No? Oh, Karen, you're welcome. Sorry. Okay. Leslie. He's still here, this young man, but until this comes through, because there is a delay. Would anyone understand a Leslie that's passed?
Right, a good friend was taken, still not been laid to rest yet.
Okay. And is there a link to Ryan or our name? Is that Jade, isn't it? I haven't got my glasses on. The south side of the UK and South London. So a Les or a Leslie who, they tell me it was Leslie, or links to a Leslie with a COVID. She said she had a COVID cough. I want a COVID cough. So a young person.
All right, Sammy Haley. I know someone who passed in the 20s and had a friend.
But was it London area? So I'm not ignoring Leslie, but right, Joe, okay, Southwest London. So it's not all been resolved yet. He is well. I don't understand that. I'm not killing someone off, am I? Or Leslie links to somebody that had a COVID cough.
Still, my dad was Leslie.
Yeah.
Did he have a COVID cough list?
Well, I definitely want to go to the chest area, and it's definitely linked to COVID.
That happened to my brother.
There's so many. So the young man who...
Yeah, South London was in the paper.
Yeah, was in the paper. Thank you, Jade. Okay. So there's you're linked to the family, and he wants you to speak to Mum, and he's worried about his sister, he says. And I'm still with Les and Leslie. Yeah.
Millie B, can't take Ryan, but I know
Okay.
someone.
All right. No, I'm going to say no. He was in his 20s. It was south, definitely south. South. I'm from South London.
That's the one, I think.
Yeah, definitely, Jade. So if you could link to Mum and a sister, he talks about the sister. He's at peace. He's at peace, okay? Because with a passing that tragic, family often can't lay their feelings to rest and their hurt to rest, and that's never going to go. But he wants them to get some sort of healing. Mum would need some sort of counselling because she's not managing at all. All right? And he says that you put him up. Someone put him up on the sofa for a while when he had a falling out with his mum. That's what he gives me. So I hope that you understand that, but that's just a bit of evidence he's given. Okay. And we got anyone online then that links to a Les or their Leslie and this person passed with a cough, chest condition that would be linked to COVID? This gentleman has passed. Okay. Okay, but would you understand that he's passed, Pamela, with yeah, he had the chest condition, but the person with the COVID cough, you all linked together and connect to the L name like Les or Leslie. Your dad was Leslie. Okay, I'm definitely with you then. All right. Right, thank you. That's a cute dog on there, by the way. All right, so Leslie,
Another lady. Babe.
I want Dad as Leslie. He's definitely passed, he's here.
I had a COVID cold and my dad was Leslie.
Okay. All right.
Don't you just love coming here, don't you?
Who, me? I know, they're all...
They're ganging up on you.
They're telling me I'm not working enough, that's why. So they're all coming in. So with Leslie, he gives me a sense of that within the family there's some trials and tribulations is the words that I'm going to give, but that's not how he's given it. He was a little bit more vocal than that, but I'm not allowed to be. And he also says that recently there's been a collage made of pictures. I'm definitely online. A collage of pictures that he's been watching you do. Okay, I'm not sure what yes is, Pamela, to what you yes to what. But if you could update that, that'd be great. So a collage of pictures. So they're just making me aware that that they're around and that they've seen that. Okay. He's taken me to November as well, and he also mentions connections abroad as well, overseas. He wants to take me overseas. Oh, that would be nice, but might go to America, you never know. You never know, do you? Okay. So Bev has just done the paintings of pictures, but that's not the Leslie I was linked with. So we're just waiting for this little delay. Okay. Yes, November. Mum passed. Okay, definitely going to November. All right. So with Leslie, family in Australia. Okay. So the message is, again, living life to the full. You've put life on hold, and I'm being given with this Leslie that there was a gentleman around you that wasn't a very nice man. So you get rid out of your life totally. This is what he's saying, because he wants to say in a really naughty way that he was a bit of a something or other, but I'm not allowed to speak that. So you would understand that. He's not a very nice person, so he's come in to just give you a bit of warning, all right? Nothing horrible is going to happen, just move on in life. And he shows me a chewed up slipper, so the dog chewed up a slipper, which was quite new also as well. So whoever understands Leslie and understands those messages, I'll leave his love with you. Are we done? Thank you. Thank you online. I know it's a slow process, but I want to thank everyone here at the church and for Ray having me here.
Thank you, Tess.
Thank you
very much. Friends, hope you've enjoyed this service. And Richard at Spiritual Psychics TV, thank you very much for producing the show once again for us. Thank you very much. Apologise for the technical difficulties today, but that's how things happen in the virtual world. Friends, next week we look forward to welcoming you here. I haven't got the diary in front of me at the moment, so I'm not sure who the medium is at the moment. And please, all of you virtually, keep in contact with Spiritual Psychics TV. It's very important. They do a grand job for us all. Phil Shaw next. Okay, I need to check. Sarah Wallman. Okay, thank you. Friends, so I wish you all a good morning out there, and I now close the meeting with prayer. Heavenly Father, as we go our separate ways, may we take with us the joy and love of life eternal, of healing by the power of the Spirit, and the manifestation of Spirit within our hearts, our minds, and our homes. Till we all meet again, may the light and the countenance of the Spirit remain with us all, seen and unseen. So mote it be. God bless you, friends. Christine Woodham saying, well done, Theresa.
Oh, thank you.
So on behalf of Jackie and I, good morning, everybody. See you all soon. God bless. Bye-bye.
Spiritual Psychics TV.online. Spiritual Psychics TV isn't just an online broadcasting service. We also offer many features via our website. SPTV offers a unique directory that uses geolocation to find your nearest reader or venue, just by using your postcode. The Academy section allows anyone to upload and create their own spiritual courses within minutes. For those who like to read, then our online magazine area will offer just that. The SPTV shop enables anyone to start their online shop, be it to sell used or new items. You can also find our schedule and information about our shows.
Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.